In the world of entertainment, it's extraordinary. The sort of heartbeats of chaos. Holly Willoughby has been pursued by a hitman called Plum. Doesn't look much like a hitman to me, but there we are. And she is now taking as much time off as she needs to get her head round the appalling idea that somebody had been hired to get rid of her. Meanwhile, Ben Shephard has stepped in as the Philip Schofield permanent replacement. It's just one news item after another where the focus of the news is the presenters rather than the things they're presenting. Philip Schofield has been seen out in London with his family and with an unnamed man reading a book called In Memoriam. Good book. And I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure I should make a big meal of all this sort of tittle tattle. And do I watch this morning? No. The only positive that I've come across in all this wave of gossip is that Richard Madeley has been kindly and avuncular towards Philip Schofield and says, this will pass. And I must say, I'm not a great fan of Richard Madeley after we had our sort of run in, and even though we sort of hugged and made up, I'm not a great fan. But this makes me warm to him significantly. I think that sort of advice from somebody who's been there, done it, to somebody who's in the midst of this misery is good. It will pass, and there will be life after this chaos. And there's a comparison which is being made between the pressures of appearing on television and the pressures of being a politician, and you're only one speech away from disaster. Well, equally, yes, it's a short time in politics. It's a week is a long time, and a few days is a long time, as we saw in the extraordinary race to get rid of Dan Wooten and Lawrence Fox and Calvin Robinson. And GB News held out for a long time, but when it actually struck, my goodness, the dominoes toppled so fast you could barely keep up. So, yeah, lots of gossip going on, not very much content. Interesting gossip in a way, if that's what rocks your boat, but in another way, as I say, the only kindness to come out of all that gossip is the story of Richard Madeley, and I think that is a positive that I will treasure.